Next, on the Kyle Supley Show, an interview with Arthur Tress, world-renowned photographer.
Hi everyone, you're probably wondering what that was. That was the Perisphere and Trilon from the 1939 World's Fair. One of the early photographs I took when I was in high school in photo class of a lamp that I had with shadows raking across it that was really beautiful. Today I'm at 25th Street in Chelsea with Arthur Tress at the Vintage exhibition of his work. And right here I have Arthur Tress with me. Arthur, come on over.
Oh, hi.
Here he is. There he is. Now he's in frame. This is my favorite photographer, everyone, Arthur Tress, who is with us today, and we're going to be looking at his work. The reason I showed that Perisphere and Trilon for the World's Fair thing is because I read that you started your photography, well, you were from Brooklyn originally, and I live in Brooklyn now, and I've always loved the World's Fair. I heard that you started your photography in the remnants of the World's Fair after it was torn down.
Yeah, just a strange fate is that I went to junior high school in Corona, Queens, which is right on the edge of Flatbush, and there were the kind of still several buildings left over from the World's Fair, and most notably the Billy Rose Aquacade.
The Aquacade, yeah.
And so I think that indirectly gave me an inspiration for my book that I did a little while later called Fish Tank Sonata, which used a lot of water imagery.
So what inspired you for that project, besides Billy Rose's, but to put it together?
Oh no, I had been living up along the Hudson and rented a house that was filled with little ceramic tchotchkes, and one of them was a pink ceramic fisherman.
Okay.
And I thought it'd be fun to do some outdoor still lifes, but then it needed to be contained, so I found a 19th century Victorian aquarium.
Okay.
And I began photographing along the Hudson with little local flea market antiques and interesting items.
And what inspired the dream?
Oh, the children's dreams. No, that was very interesting. I have been working on the project called Open Space in the Inner City, and actually this become quite a movement in the city, as they're, such as right up the street, they're transforming the rail line.
I heard about that.
But now, you see, we were the forerunners of that movement,
right,
to kind of make the city more habitable. So I began photographing all these spaces along the rim of the city.
Okay.
And there would be always a lot of kids playing.
Uh-huh.
And then I kind of combined that later on with the surrealism of my Coney Island experience.
Right.
And it became Dream Collector, where I began photographing children's dreams of flying, falling, being chased by monsters.
One of my favorites is I'm pretty sure this is the same project. Well, maybe it's not. Is it the same project, the one with the church with the half man, half?
No, that's when I began doing adult.
That was Adult Dreams. Okay.
Adult.
The Children's Dreams is the one with the big ball on top of the.
Yes.
No.
This is from the open space in the inner city.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Before they cleaned up the river, and.
He's brave to be in the water.
Well, that's what people had to do.
Right.
But it has a very dreamlike quality. So that's when I began doing more set-up, directed photographs.
Right.
And that's sort of what I became famous for. Myself and my friend Dwayne Michaels were the first to do directorial stage photography, even though Cindy Sherman seems to get all the credit for it.
Oh, no.
Now I'm doing, I'm still carrying on with the nostalgia for childhood. And I'm photographing California kid culture, which is skate parks and paintball fields.
It's more like black and whites and architectural.
Yeah, architectural form, but with hints of people, fragments of people.
So let's go inside and see your work for the Vintage Show.
Okay.
All right. So Arthur, tell me about this image here with the boy and the built right with the couch. What was this? What project was this for?
That was for Open Space in the Inner City.
Okay.
And it's a photograph of a little boy in a burnt-out furniture store in Newark, New Jersey, about a year after the riots of 1967.
Oh, really?
And it was one of my first staged photographs, where I set up the painting against the background and sort of had the kid standing there.
So you did set that up. The couch wasn't there.
Yeah, it was just lying on the floor.
Oh, okay.
And sort of having him pretend that his arm is resting on the couch. It's a little confusion of reality and illusion, which became one of my main themes later on. Give you my Leanne Arbus look.
Oh, no.
After I did Open Space in the Inner City, which was about New York, I got a grant from the New York State Council on the Arts to go to do poverty in upstate New York.
Okay.
And so this was under Rockefeller. They were tearing down all these beautiful old 19th century, 18th century homes in Albany. So Rockefeller could build these ugly
The Empire State Plaza.
the
right?
Empire State Plaza.
Right.
And so these people were the last few remnants of that group of, what is it called when they, eminent domain disaster. So, and so you have the trace of the building that had been torn down. And so she was just walking across the lot, and I just asked her to hold up her arm like that.
Oh, so you did ask her. That's great.
Yeah. And so that's that picture.
Well, Arthur, thank you so much for showing us your work. It's been awesome, and I've actually learned some stuff today, which I didn't know.
Oh yeah, no, thank you. I'm always happy to be able to record. You know, all these photographs do have interesting stories, and I'm sort of getting to the age where I'm starting to forget them. So I think it's important to record them.
No, definitely. See you next time.
See you next time.